This was the box that came in that the folks brought in, and it looked pretty much like this at the bottom of the bag. And when I first saw it, I couldn't really believe it. I was like, oh, there's probably just some Donruss stuffed in there. There's no way. And sure enough, man, when I opened it up, they were all in there.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to another Road to the National episode. I am here in Portland, Oregon right now, and I am in front of the SportsRoom. This card shop has been through 5 owners. Chris is the owner. He's going to tell you a lot about this shop. I'm going to run through and give you a tour. If you're ever in Portland, Oregon, I've heard some great things about this place, and I've gone inside. I spent a whole day there without the camera. That's what I usually do. Oh, it's just a great feeling there. They have great product, great singles, wax. Highly recommend you guys come here. It's called the SportsRoom. I'll put the link down below, and I'll put their address down below. You know, welcome to another Road to the National episode. I got to remind you guys about the Whatnot app. They're helping us out. We're giving over $1,500 plus in giveaways this Sunday. Use my link down below. You get your first $10 to spend, and I'm going to pin the comment. If you guys click that pinned comment, join with my link, you go to the stream on Sunday, over $1,500 worth of hobby boxes, and you guys do not want to miss out on this opportunity. We'll see you guys on Sunday. One of my favorite places to buy and sell sports cards. You don't want to miss out. What's going on, everybody? I'm here with Chris from the SportsRoom.
What's going on, guys?
What up? He's going to give you guys an inside look of what goes on at the SportsRoom. You ready to do this?
Let's do it, man. Check it out. This is my shop right here. So when you first walk in, you're going to be hit with some stuff that if it got stolen, I'm not going to care about it too much. I know a lot of retail places, when they set their place up, they put all the good stuff in the front. In a business like this, I'm kind of opposite. So when you walk in, you got your soccer. This is probably the exception to the rule. I update my soccer case probably about once a week. But as far as soccer collections go, it's probably the least thing that we get in next to hockey. Photo 8x10s, autographed down there that we don't elect to get framed. Older stuff, newer stuff, you name it. Boxes of commons. On the opposite end, you're going to be running into older football, anything from early to mid 80s, all the way down to the early 50s. This is one of the cases that we don't update that often because we don't get a lot of vintage football through the door. As you can see, we keep a lot of memorabilia on hand. We have an excellent framer in the area that does all of our framing, everything he's looking at now. Gonna come right here to our hockey case. Looking at these singles right here. We try to keep the newer, more relevant stuff right on top. Kaprizov, PSA 10. Not a huge hockey following in the Pacific Northwest. It's grown a little bit since Seattle got the Kraken, but I think it's got a long way to go before people really catch on to the true value of hockey.
So we got some memorabilia. Tell us about this. I see that Wander Franco full name.
Full name and number 4, which is cool. You know, he wears number 5 now. So number 4 was worn, I believe, in his early days or even in his AAA days. This actually came out of one of those leaf stitches and slab boxes,
wow,
which were really pretty cool this year. There was a couple things that they did that I wish they would have done differently, as far as, like, you know, a lot of their jerseys are knockoff, but they make really good frame pieces.
Yeah, they look nice.
Yeah, the full auto looks
$400
good
bucks,
too.
not bad.
Stuff like this all comes out of Super Break products, mainly like the Supercharged that they've started doing. I think they're on Series 2 now.
All right, tell me about the memorabilia. You have a lot of framed jerseys. Like, how involved is, like, what's the deal with memorabilia? Because some card shops stick strictly to cards. I noticed, like, memorabilia is put into more shops that have been around in the hobby for a while.
Yeah, I mean, you know, having the shop being around so long, since the early 80s, I mean, we have a really long history of people that want to collect memorabilia. I mean, we have guys in here that shop for framed jerseys, unframed jerseys, things like that, and they've been doing it for 20, 30 years. So some guys only come in here just to look at memorabilia. They could care less about the cards. And, you know, I have some customers that, you know, spend a lot of money on this stuff, and they don't want to go out and buy a jersey and get it framed themselves. They'd rather just come and see it professionally done like this. I mean, like I said, our framer, he does everything. I think he's done just about everything on this wall right here. Wow. Maybe the only piece he hadn't done would be this one right here, but that's the Astros.
That Phelps is sick. We might as well walk through the memorabilia. We got Jeter here.
His Hall of Fame signing, because they were doing balls and jerseys and bats, so we had him do a bunch of ours, and I kept one for myself and put one in the shop, of course.
And look at this, Michael Phelps.
Yeah, Michael Phelps, man.
$200. That's a great deal.
It's a great deal, man. He's the greatest Olympian of all time.
I know, dude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's already framed.
Beautiful sig right on there. Yeah.
Dude, somebody's going to call you and buy that.
I'd buy it.
I'd buy it.
It was in my man cave for like 6 months. I brought it back to the shop.
My gosh.
I do that a lot. I bring stuff home and I bring it back to the shop. I like to look at it at home for a while, and then I'm just like, I'll put it back in the shop.
Look at this George Brett.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
That's
Leroy Neiman's Leroy Neiman's fun stuff. He does some really cool artwork.
That's sick.
This has actually been in the shop for a really long time. I think this was actually purchased two owners before me. So this thing has been in the shop for at least 7 years.
This place has been through a lot of ownership. Which owner are you?
I am the 5th owner of the SportsRoom.
When did the SportsRoom first start? What year was it in?
1984 was when it first opened as Mitchell's Sports Cards. Bill Mitchell was the original owner, and he ended up taking on a partner, and they ran it for, I want to say at least about 10 years before his partner ended up taking over, and that just kind of started the cycle of his partner selling it, sold it to a couple other gentlemen who sold it to the gentleman who sold it to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're carrying on a legacy.
I'm carrying it on, man.
You said some people come in and they've been here through like many owners.
Yeah. I get guys that come in here with their kids who are small and they're looking at Pokemon or looking at sports cards, and they're like, oh yeah, I used to come in here and talk to Bill Mitchell and Garrett, back when it was Mitchell Sports Cards in the early 80s when I was a kid. And that's my wife's most favorite thing about the shop, is just hearing people's stories of when they used to come in here and how they've met and known all the different owners. And yeah,
I think that's cool, man.
It's a cool feeling.
The legacy, and that's like the community part of the hobby, and like everything, putting it all together, the history of that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
When was the first time you ever came in here?
2012.
Oh, first time. And did you know in 2012 I'm gonna own this shop?
Not a clue. I had just moved back to the Portland area, and I walked in here because I had some old cards from the 80s and 90s.
I've heard this story before.
Yeah. I walked in here with my box, and the owner named Rick, he told me, you ain't got nothing here. And I was like, oh, I'll just take like 25 cents a card, right? I had like 5,000 cards. He's like, not a chance. I'm not going to buy any of them from you. So that was my big first lesson in 80s and 90s again.
Dude,
so
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Everyone's heard that story, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
we get about a half a dozen of calls a day.
So what was the firm moment where you knew I'm going to buy this shop? Like, what was that like? Like, what was the opportunity there?
Honestly, it was kind of dumb luck. Right place, right time. I was in here because I was shopping a lot here in 2012, 13, 14. Took a couple years and didn't come in. And then when I ended up coming back in, a new owner had the shop. And I got to know him pretty well. And I was shopping between here and another card shop in the area. And one day I was here and I was talking about stuff with him, and he had talked about wanting to get a certain price for the shop, and light bulb, I was like, what do you want for it? And the rest is history, man.
Wow. And how quick was that transition? Did it take a couple months to buy it, or was it just...
I mean, it was about a month and a half, 2 months before it all went down, and I was just working the place by myself. And yeah, the rest is history. It was about 4 years ago.
That's cool.
Yeah. Try to keep at least 2 to 3 shelves stocked with, Blazer autos, memorabilia, numbered cards, rookie cards, things like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, we try to keep the older Blazers, the newer Blazers, even guys that aren't Blazers anymore, but they were fan favorites when they were here. We still sell a lot of guys.
Like Nicholas Batum, I remember him.
Oh, yeah. Wes Matthews, Batum. And then when, unfortunate things happen, like Caleb Swanigan.
Oh, my gosh,
which is really sad, what happened to him. But, when things like that happen, people want to feel nostalgic. They want to come in, purchase his cards.
Did people buy his cards here?
A little bit. Yeah, after he passed, there was a couple people that came in and, wanted a few of his things just to remember him as a Blazer.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then the thing we get the absolute least of that ever walks through the door, vintage basketball.
Does it sell?
It does, but that's the thing. Once we get it, and anything good that I ever get is gone usually within the first day or two.
I think, vintage is safe for a lot of people. It's always safe versus like you buy someone, they get injured. At least vintage, they're solidified.
Yep.
Card market talk, all this stuff. Most people stick to vintage. It's safe. It can't go too down, but it can go down, but it won't be like crazy down.
It's going to hold long term.
Yeah.
This case is mostly modern, anywhere from mid to late 90s all the way up until current. Any like current Prism products, anything like that come out, we usually get them in there, like you see right up here, the Cade and the Giddy.
Yeah.
Oddball, old relics, like the old Grant Hill, Swish, all the way up until the newer stuff. You got old Allen Iverson legends back there. So people really like the old Hall of Famers, these old jersey cards when they first started doing them.
Yeah, when they were game used.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when they were really game used. Yeah, exactly. Basketballs, football jerseys, autographed mini helmets, autographed footballs, all autographed helmets up there. We get a lot of those in here from time to time.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You were on card stores for years. Mm-hmm. Did you do a lot of changes to the SportsRoom, or did you keep it original?
I didn't change the basic layout of it. There was a few extra shelves and some clutter in the shop when I bought it that I decided to kind of clean up and make it a little bit more streamlined. But other than the walkout of how you just kind of walk around in this circle, we've kept it the same.
So pretty much the same.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
What's in here? What do we got here?
These are more packaged memorabilia. I keep odds and ends in here. There's an old Babe Ruth ball in there, which is a secretary ball. It's kind of cool, though.
Does that mean the secretary signed it?
Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of controversy around it, so I believe...
Is this a real baseball that shrunk?
It's actually a 1943 junior... 48, excuse me, junior league ball.
Dude, people in the comments are going to laugh at me. I actually thought this was a shrunk baseball.
Yeah. No, it didn't get Beetlejuiced or anything like that.
So his secretary signed these?
Yeah, so... There's a lot of controversy around them. About 10 years ago, people were trying to get them passed left and right through either PSA, JSA, you name it, and nobody was passing them. They were just saying not enough evidence. Now there's a lot of articles out on Reddit and things that says these were secretary balls flat out, so nobody will pass them anymore. But the fact that they were circulated with Babe Ruth's junior league tour back in the 40s, they still have a lot of history and excitement about them. So people still buy these things. You're not really buying it thinking that you have a Babe. You know, you're buying it for the history of that.
I mean, I think it's cool because it's from, what, 1948?
Yeah.
And that's
just how old it is.
That
cool.
is old, yeah. I feel that.
But that's an item that has been in the shop since I've had it as well.
When I went to card shops in like 2012, 13, this is what this is like what it was.
It's what it's supposed to be. I mean, you're supposed to be able to come into a shop and be like, oh, hey, do you got any 75 Topps Commons? And somebody should be able to pull a box out and just let you thumb through them, man. Complete your set. So that's all our commons down there, everything from 71 up through 79.
You're trying to cater to every collector.
Correct. Yeah, and it's tough. You know, you only have so much square footage and you can only keep so much stuff on hand. And, you know, with the new stuff is obviously all the popular and the shiny, but...
So how do you price point your cards? Are you eBay searching every card, or are you kind of just ballparking?
A lot of stuff with the old commons and the stuff that's, you know, the $15 and under stuff, we'll still Beckett it. You know, we'll price it a little under Beckett because we understand there is eBay out there, which is always probably going to come in lower depending on condition.
Do you think people still use Beckett?
I think they do. You know, we don't sell as many as we used to. We sell more annual ones now than we do monthlies. People use Beckett, I think, for price pointing what might be good. So let's say you have a big box of stuff from the 60s and 70s. You don't know what's worth what. A Beckett is a good idea to kind of go through and be like, oh, I have those 5 cards out of that set. Let me comp those prices on eBay now. Instead of looking up every card on eBay, you can use Beckett as kind of a tool as what's valuable.
It actually saves you some time.
Yeah.
Was that the point of Beckett?
I think Beckett was initially just a price guide.
Okay.
They were supposed to be the ones that told you what the price was. The only problem with Beckett now, in my opinion, is that the new issues that come out every month, they're a month or two behind with the stuff that should be in there. So it's hard for them to be
It's like a newspaper. You can't really update it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good for the articles.
Good for the articles.
Yeah, exactly.
Bag jerseys. These are bagged to protect them?
Yeah. So they're all autographed.
Laddie.
You just kind of keep them protected in here. I actually got the idea to keep them bagged from a memorabilia shop down in Vegas. I walked in there one day. I was like, this is a great idea. So
yeah, keep the autographs preserved.
Yeah, you know, Jalen Hurts there.
Where do you get these bags from?
I order them off Amazon.
Oh, on Amazon? Okay.
Yep.
I know somebody's going to ask.
Yep.
Somebody's going to ask me.
You can buy them in bulk, usually at 10 or 20 bags per package.
And these are to preserve the autograph and
from people touching them.
Because it'll get dirty?
Mm-hmm. We had them just hanging out probably the first year we were in
here.
here.
They get dusted too.
They get dusty, people touch them, you know, this way, and every single time someone buys a jersey, they always want the bag. Got mini helmets up there, just to kind of flow around from the other side of the full-size helmets. And this is our junk wax era.
Oh my gosh, you got
the sealed stuff.
This is the junk wax era corner?
Yeah.
So tell me about the junk wax era.
This is kind of where I keep everything going, man. I mean, you got your old 89 upper deck. Griffey is in there. Usually I have to open these even when they come in sealed because there was a lot of scams with these in the 80s. So.
Even when they were sealed?
Yep. Yeah, because this was it with the seal. I mean,
how much was that when it first released?
Yeah, I don't know how much the box set was in 89. That's a good question. That's a question for your comments. All
right, tell us how much it was. We'll figure it out.
So yeah, they go for about 100 to 120 right now. So I always open it up, make sure the Griffey's in there, and then I always top load the Griffey, pop it on top, then I reseal it, let people know it's in there.
Were you collecting during the junk wax era?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How would you compare, I'm going to call it COVID collecting, to junk wax era? Is it similar?
Yes and no.
There's more money into the hobby though. I will say that, right?
Yeah, there's a lot more money, there's a lot more eyes on the hobby than there was in the 90s. And now we have the internet where everybody can find out in real time what they have, where in the 90s you go into a card shop, you'd open something up. If you didn't know, there wasn't an easy way for you to know. But the card shop owner would know, and he could be like, oh, that's a decent card, let me give you $10 for it, you know. And that's how I sold my first Griffey. I think I didn't think I did very well on it, but that's okay. Keep the single packs here, usually only charge 50 cents, and we do everything in here. I mean, we do baseball, hockey. We even have the packs with the gum still in them with the 87 Topps.
Wow.
And then we have those also with the sealed boxes. So
Do people come in and buy this junk wax
all the time.
Like, do you think they
Yeah.
do it for just nostalgia?
I think so. Yeah, some people come in or if they want their kids to open some packs, they don't want to drop $50 on a pack, you know, and your kid's 5-6 years old, throw them some junk wax, man. Get them excited about it.
I feel that.
One of the cooler things that has been in the shop for years and years
I like
and years
this.
is the
I
spinner
gotta
rack.
say it. I spotted this out and like, look, you have Aaron Rodgers there.
Yeah.
You got all the guys there.
Yeah, it gets wiped really quick. I fill this thing up about twice a week with our boxes of commons and things that I have.
People just come in, you just restock it and just
Yep,
keep going.
restock it. I mean, you can see who the favorites are. I mean, I don't know why Barkley's white, but Lillard, local, gone. LeBron's are gone. Kobe's gone, you know. And these were full 2 days ago.
Gotta have supplies.
Gotta have supplies. Always stay stocked with supplies. Try to keep every size of top loader that you can think of. Sleeves, thick sleeves, team bags, one-touch bags, graded bags. Yeah, perfect fit bags, which have really caught on ever since Superior Fit started doing their thing out of Canada. Now Cardboard Gold started making them.
That's cool.
Pocket pages.
Top
binders.
load sleeves. I've actually never seen these.
Oh, they're money.
You got the helmets.
Yep, more package memorabilia because we just run out of room for that stuff.
All right. Cool.
All right, now into my wife's area of expertise, which I'll try to do what I can. But Pokemon.
Oh, she likes Pokemon.
Well, she's our Pokemon buyer and seller, so any collections that come through the door, Shannon's the one that's going to be looking at them and pricing them out and buying them. And when we first started, that first case when we first walked in was all we had in Pokemon. We only had 2 shelves. This is what Shannon has kind of let it grown into, is just these 2 cases, all of our package stuff, and now she basically has this whole side of the store for Pokemon.
That's cool. Did anybody in your family ever collect? That's always an interesting question.
Not really, no. Not to the point that I did, no.
What do you think it is that draws us in? Like, I mean, you know that feeling, like that collector
Yeah.
feeling. What do you think it is, like the pull for us? Why do we love this thing so much?
Nowadays, unfortunately, a lot of people get pulled in by money, you know. But I mean, for old school guys, you know, like you and me, I think it's just the thrill of what am I going to see next? What am I going to open next? What are these card companies going to come up with next that I want to see in my hand? You know, that's it for me. These days, I've kind of switched my thinking. I really want vintage. You know, I want the stuff that I always wanted as a kid and never could afford.
I like that.
You know, I
That's a
really
good
want
answer.
that stuff. So I love the old 50s and 60s baseball, especially my old Yankees. Anytime I can get my hands on a good older Yankee card, I'm all over it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like
stacks with
this.
Shane Blair.
They got the 2010 rookies. I went through this yesterday. 2011, 2012. You're gonna see a lot of Geno Smith and like those type of guys in here.
Yep. All right, so we came around the corner here. These are another
Oh yeah, let's see these.
another stack of autographed helmets.
Is that
These are
OBJ?
usually- Yep, OBJ.
Wow, 125.
Reggie Wayne's cool. That's an authentic right there. So it's got the nice weight to it.
Sheesh, for $200, that's amazing. It's an authentic helmet.
Yep.
Isn't an authentic helmet like 125 alone?
Yeah.
You're paying like $75 for the signature.
Yep. Reggie
Dude, you're gonna
Wayne's a
get
good
people
player.
calling you buying mail-ins.
I know,
dude.
man. I'm gonna be
Do you guys
shipping
sell
all next
online?
week. We are just now getting that off the ground.
Okay.
So sportsroomllc.com. We're
You
gonna
guys
be
are
doing.
crush it, bro.
Yeah, we do eBay and things like that. But all right, so
going.
if you wrap around the corner here, you kind of continue with the vintage baseball, and now we're getting into the 50s. So vintage is my favorite, so I always keep it as stocked as I can.
What's the most asked about set for vintage baseball, you think?
I'd probably say 59 or 56, believe it or not, for tops.
Okay.
Yeah. 52 tops there. No high numbers. Those don't last long.
The wax, the main drive here.
Pretty much. It's the thing we definitely turn the most, and it's the stuff that's always coming up with new stuff. You know, singles wouldn't exist without the wax, so. And if I can open stuff and get it open on my channel, which is kind of the hope of our channel, that's just kind of try to drive more local business into the shop and get people's eyes on stuff before they buy it. This is our basketball case here, same kind of theme.
Got some
Autos,
nice
relics,
modern
graded.
basketball. Tony Parker's sick. Soul of the game. Anthony Davis. Steph Curry. Tatum. Oh, those are sick.
A couple new ones that were just added to the shop recently. So you got a Herbert Mythical up there, a couple Kyler rookies.
Kyler rookie auto. $200. Not bad.
Ellinger patch is really sweet. Just put that in there yesterday. So.
Texas 205. That's cool.
And then I always have a back stock. You know,
Yeah, I
of-
noticed this yesterday. There's like some graded.
Yep. So I always keep these boxes on hand for people to flip through, and we try to keep
These are like more value boxes.
Yeah. You know, people that are hitting the shows up for the weekend, they want to come in here and just maybe pick up stuff. I always throw people deals when they buy bulk from me. Like I tell people, they always ask me, "Are you going to be at the show?" I have a show here 6 days a week, pretty much.
Look
so,
at that.
Yeah.
That's dude. That is the card shop owner.
Yeah.
That's like the mentality, man. I've heard that Many shops I've filmed at, that's what they say.
Yeah, it's true.
It's the truth.
Yeah, and plus we don't have employees here. You know, it's my wife and I. We're a true mom and pop. You know, so we don't really have time for the shows.
Yeah, I feel that.
So back behind here, I mean, it's more
Sets.
organized, early 80s and 90s. Yeah, sets, things like that. Got some boxes with some player by name. A lot of kids come in here looking, do you have any DK Metcalf? We try to keep the more popular players here, mostly $1, $2 cards in there for the younger generation there.
I'm at the sports room right now. I'm about to buy a ton of stuff. The price points here are great. I want to pick up some cool cards, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to start from here and then make my way around. So here we go. Let's see what we got. All right, we're going to get this Gabe Davis. Let's support the shop. Can I look at this LeBron blue?
Yeah.
Let me grab those 3 Jordans. Those are sick. And then I'll take the 92 Shaq. Ooh, sick. I think we'll grab that LeBron. These are cool Jordans. Grab some of those and then the Shaq. That's sick. All right. We'll grab those and we'll keep moving along.
Okay.
Baseball. Reese Hoskins, I went to high school with him. That's sick. I'll take that for the PC.
Game used.
Game used. I love that they put the sticker on there. I'm picking this up for the PC. Reese Hoskins.
Nice.
Let's take the Devonta Smith. I think that's cool for $20.
Got it.
That's a cool one. Are they hyped about Drew Lock here?
So-and-so.
So.
About 50-50 I hear back, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Man.
All the Aaron Rodgers. So I'm taking all the Aaron Rodgers for the PC. Gotta love picking up PC stuff. That's why it's cool to PC someone, because you always have someone to look for at the card show or card shop. So I'm gonna buy all these Rodgers. They're $1 a piece. Oh, Kamara snuck in there. Rodgers. So there you go. PC pickups. And then let's keep going. I do like that Phelps, man, because like the cheapest one on eBay is like $400, bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like $3.99.
Yeah,
It's a good price. You know what, man? I really like that Shaq Letterman card.
That is numbered 9 of 9.
Are you kidding me? For $15? I know it's manufactured, but
Yep. Old Topps Letterman, man. That was a cool set.
this is a cool set. I gotta pick this up. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Freaking Barry Zito. That's cool. All right, let's show the results.
Now's where the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens, the price points. All right, so you separate it by sport.
Yep. I separated by
then-
sport. I'm going to add up a sticker price for you, and then I'm just going to cut you a deal on all of it. So
Do you have like a price point in mind that you want to pay, like 70% of comps?
I'm usually around 50 or 60% of comps. I mean, if I can go a little higher on higher end stuff, I will. My most recent pickup was a PSA 8 Jordan, you know, and I paid up for it, you know, because I knew I had a buyer lined up for it. So it's okay to sacrifice some profit. You know, it doesn't always have to be 50 or 60% for me. You know, if someone has a really big card, I mean, they deserve to, you know, get paid out a little bit better than eBay. It's my opinion.
I feel that.
All right, so right now you have $283 in sticker price and everything. After I did my little magic, did my thing, you cashing out here at $225. Perfect.
Deal.
Got it, man.
Easy peasy. All right, so this is it. Oh, we got a dog.
Yeah, that's Bones, man.
Look at that. Bones.
My protector.
All right, so this is the
Yeah, this was the
original.
box that came in that the folks brought in, and it looked pretty much like this at the bottom of the bag. And when I first saw it, I couldn't really believe it. I was like, oh, there's probably just some Donruss stuffed in there. There's no way. And sure enough, man, when I opened it up, they were all in there.
The original packs.
With the original gum, too, in there.
Do people grade them like this? I don't think you can.
I don't know if they grade the empty ones, but people just like the, I don't know, the nostalgia of just having an empty pack and an
Do
empty
you think
box.
the Jordan Fleer is the true rookie? Because everyone says the Fleer and the Star. People, but in the last couple weeks, everyone's debating about it on Instagram.
Debating about the star and the
Yeah.
Fleer.
What do you think? Or what did they say back then?
I mean, back then, Jordan was the rookie, was the Fleer. I mean, that's what
was.
you'd always hear. You know, that was Jordan's rookie, Jordan's rookie. I mean, even Beckett back in the day, if you look at the very first issue of Beckett, which has Jordan on it, it says Jordan's rookie card right there. So,
I don't know. That's cool.
yeah, that was a fun day.
That's cool.
That's pretty much it, man.
That's
this
it.
Is,
This is
the
the
sports
shop.
room. Yeah.
So if they want to come here, give me the plug. Where can they find you?
You can find me at 3889 Southwest Hall Boulevard in Beaverton, Oregon. Give us a call at 503-533-5412. You can email me directly at chris@thesportsroomllc.com. Also, check out our YouTube page. Just look up the Sports Room and look for our beautiful logo, which is on that mat at the bottom there. Yeah, and check out some box openings.
Dude, thanks for having me, bro.
Of course.
Let's go.
Yeah.